Newsbreak app. San Francisco homeless man dies from rabies after performing oral sex on stray dog. San Francisco homeless man who was arrested and later hospitalized was pronounced dead this week after contracting rabies, reports the Fresco Chronicler. Bernard John Feldman, 56, was arrested last week and charged with public indecency and lewdness after partaking in sexual activities with a dog in a San Francisco public park. B.J. Feldman had previously been arrested by San Francisco police on multiple occasions for urinating and defecating in public, although he was never formally charged and was exempted from paying any fines. Suspect allegedly inserted the dog's penis into his mouth and started to perform oral sex on the animal in a public area, San Francisco Police Chief William Scott told reporters. The wicked, perverse, defiled world that we live in today. Call I am La, Abanawa Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakaha Gwadash, Kabad Laha Zakonyim, Shah Gamasa, Wahab Bayat Shah Dawada, Wahab Karim. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Abanawa Yahweh, who the world calls God, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world Italy calls Jesus Christ. Also sending my double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, as well as a peace, love, and salutation to the Bayat Shah Dawada, Wahab Karim, and the elect that indeed risen here in these last days. Brother Zariah, Boston GMS camp, real quick, I just want to touch on the wickedness and foulness of the world that we living in, man. Right? All these articles are examples of the doctrines of the wicked that control the earth, man. Saudi man sentenced to 1,000 lashes for performing oral sex on a camel. Jazan, a 26-year-old Saudi Arabian man, has been sentenced to 1,000 lashes and 2 months in jail after he allegedly performed oral sex on one of his employer's camels, reports Riyadh Herald this week. Abdullah al-Rashidi, 26, was tending to the herd of camels when he was caught performing a fellatio on one of the animals before local authorities were called and proceeded to his arrest. Al-Rashidi's employer first hesitated before calling the police, but said he could not tolerate such an act of perversion before God, and that his employee's actions needed to be punished. When I found him licking the camel's penis, he first told me that he was drinking the sperm from the camel to cure his oral herpes infection, his employer told the judge. I then asked him where he had heard that swallowing the sperm of a camel was a cure for anything. He explained, visibly concerned. He then started crying and admitted that he just liked the taste. That is when I called the police, his employer said in court. A disgrace to God. Judge Muhammad El-Fidi expresses his moral disgust towards the young man, warning him that he had not only disgraced himself but his entire family before God. How ashamed your father and mother must be, and how much they must regret giving birth to a son who enjoys fondling the genitals of camels, the judge said in court. Al-Rashidi's parents also pleaded the judge to give their son a harsh punishment so as to deter him from repeating the offense. I already have to live with the shame of having a son who likes putting camels' penises in his mouth. May this punishment at least scare him away from turning into a homosexual, she pleaded the judge. Under intense questioning from the judge, the defendant admitted that it was not his first offense, but that he had taken part in such activities previously a number of times. I don't know why I did it. I knew it was wrong, but I could not resist, said the young man, bursting into tears. Often, sex with animals can lead to sleeping with human corpses, or even worse, homosexuality, the judge warned the defendant. Breaking news app. Morgue worker admits to having sex with up to 100 dead women. A man has admitted to having sex with up to 100 corpses, some of whom were murder victims, while he was drunk or high on drugs. Kenneth Douglas, 60, worked as a morgue attendant in Ohio, USA, between 1976 and 1992, where he committed the sexual crimes against a dead woman while working the night shift. Morgue worker arrested after giving birth to a dead man's baby. Kansas City, Missouri, a 26-year-old morgue worker was arrested this morning after a DNA test revealed that her newborn child was a result of necrophiliac intercourse with the man she was supposed to autopsy. Jennifer Burrows, an assistant pathologist with the Jackson County Medical Examiner Service, is accused of having sex with dozens of corpses over the course of the last 2 years, a behavior which led the birth of a baby boy on January 7th. According to the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, her baby is the son of a man who died in a car accident in March 2017, whose body she was supposed to autopsy. They allege that Miss Burrows sexually abused more than 60 other dead bodies belonging to males ages from 17 to 71 years of age. Job 9:24 says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he?" The point is, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. And the scriptures tell us Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So understanding that scripture, we know who obtains control over the earth right now. Who's the wicked that the scriptures speak of? And that's Esau, Edom. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." Point is, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, man. And this is who the Lord saw fit to be in power on the earth at the moment, man. Ultimately, to be a punishment to the children of Israel. Right? So, if he's a fornicator and a profane person, what doctrines or philosophies do you think he's going to push, man? This is the reason why we have examples of such things in the news, man. All right? Because a profane person is controlling the earth right now, man. And we know he's profane. This is Proverbs 29:2. He says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." This is an example of mourning when you see things such as the news articles, right? When you see these things happening, we know this is an example of mourning, man, because these people are lost, man, because of the turning of things upside down, because of the earth being in the hand of the wicked. This is Isaiah 29:16. It says, "Surely the turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say to him of him that made him, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?" And this is exactly what these wicked devils do, man. They turn things upside down when the Lord already gave a example on what things and what order things were to be in, man. All in the Levitical law, it tells you about a man laying with a man. Man shall not lie with beasts. Man shall not lie with man as he lie with a woman. These are all charges where the sentence is death, man. But see, the wicked, they push these doctrines And it's the frequency and the spirit, the vibration that's on the earth, man, is a vibration of wickedness, man. So the people are turned upside down in their own fornication and in their own lust, man. Why? Because the earth is given onto the hand of the wicked, man. And this is why the scripture said this, that I'm going to read again. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Now, when the righteous are in authority, guess what? People ain't going to be doing these certain things, man. All of this wickedness and nasty, corrupt, perversion of your flesh, it won't be happening, man, if the righteous was in authority. But the wicked are in authority. So the people are mourning, man. This is 2 Peter 3:13. It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise. What's that promise, man? The promise was in 2 Ezra. All right? The 6th chapter. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. That's part of the promise. That Israel will be the next up to rule the kingdom forever, man. In righteousness. All right? 2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Because there's no righteousness in sleeping with animals. There's no righteousness with being a homosexual. There's no righteousness in laying with corpses. That's all profane, man. All right? And those are all sentences that the Lord put you to death, man. And we got an example of that. Dude got rabies and died, man. The Lord put him to death right then and there. This is Habakkuk 2:4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith, man. And that's all we know. These devils, man, their spirit that's inside of them, man, it's not upright. There's nothing righteous about these people that are ruling the earth right now, man. So the scripture said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. Right? There's nothing right about them. The scriptures say, who can therefore make a crooked thing straight, man? And they're crooked. Their way of life is crooked. Their doctrines, their philosophies, the way they treat each other, the animals, the earth. They are a virus and a curse upon this earth, man. And the Lord made it so, man. But guess what? The just, the righteous, they're going to live by our faith, man. And what is our faith on? Our faith is on the promise, man. Our faith is on the promise of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That we're going to get that new heaven and that new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. And it was all said. Isaiah 60:2 says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth and gross darkness the people. And this is what's going on, man. As the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, this was in effect. Darkness covered the earth and people were consumed in gross darkness, man. All right? That's E being the end of the world. But at the beginning of it thereof, this is what's going to happen. But the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Who's that, man? Those are the ones that sigh and cry for the abominations thereof, man. The Israelites, man, that are looking forward to a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. You know, I was looking at this article and it disgusted me, man. It disgusted me. And then I just kept seeing more and more and more and more of these articles keep popping up with more fornication, more profane, wicked deeds, more perverse acts. And it's disgusting the world that we live in, man. You know? I want to say Thawadi Habashim Ashai for allowing me to understand how perverse, man, that this world is, man, and pulling me out of it, man. All right? And this is why I hasten the day and the coming of who the world calls Jesus Christ, who is Yahushai, man, to put an end to this thing, man. All right? The scriptures say, behold, The eyes of the Lord are upon this sinful kingdom, man. So the Lord is looking upon this place, man. Scriptures say, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men are fully setting them to do evil, man. So these people think they could just get away with it. Like the Lord don't have a judgment for them, man. Well, it's all been written in the Levitical law, man. And it's going to happen according to the works of Yahweh Shemir Shai. Disgusting. You know, I pray you were edified. You know, the scriptures say, rise and depart, for this is not your rest, man. This is not a resting place for anybody who's not profane. For anybody who wants to see righteousness, man. This is a hell to them, man. But this is a heaven to the wicked, man. This is a heaven to the fornicators, to the profane people, to the disgusting people. All right, this is a heaven for you homosexuals. This is a heaven for you who commit bestiality. All right, you like to lie down with corpses. All right, you like to fornicate, adulterous. All right, you like to do these things. Well, this is a heaven for you, man. But we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. With that, say shalom.